Now to a headlines today exclusive that has put a huge question mark on Air India's operations. More than a week after 300 passengers of the Chicago-Delhi flight got a mid-air scare, Headlines today has learned that the national carrier has been openly violating DGCA safety norms. What's worse, the aviation watchdog has also turned a blind eye towards these violations. Pankaj Upadhyay with this exclusive report.
These are the visuals of Boeing 777-300ER dumping tons of fuel mid-air. The Chicago-Delhi flight forced to make an emergency landing at the Toronto airport after pilots detect an oil leak in the engine 3 hours after takeoff. A major disaster averted. The incident, a huge embarrassment for the MOS on board this flight and of course the Air India management. But even as the explanation is awaited from the national carrier, skeletons have started tumbling out of the closet. The Air India crew alleges that Air India blatantly violated the crew complement norms. For the 10 doors of this huge Boeing 777-300ER, the airline was short of the required crew on board. Only 12 against a norm of 15 crew members for a 16-hour flight. The crew revealed to Headlines today how only 5 crew members were manning 6 doors and catering to more than 300 passengers on the flight. While in the first class there were 3 crew members instead of the usual 2 at the minister's service.
Then that has been happening on all flights. On all the flights, my crew is less than the actual minimum. This is a misnomer that, according to the documents that you showed us.
The VVIP treatment doesn't end there. There was a special crew shift for the minister. We asked the crew if that was a norm.
It is, according to what we know, it is a standard practice that when VIP travels, additional crew are given so that there are no eventualities. This is how they normally cover up the lapses on the other flights, because that person is made to believe everything is hunky-dory, when it is not.
While the DGCA rule stipulates that the airline should have 1 crew member per door to handle emergency situations, Air India insists no rules were broken.
Absolutely no compromise on crew complement. Whatever has been prescribed by the DGCA has been implemented by us, and we have enhanced it actually.
And you think this is good enough?
This is good enough.
6 doors, 5 crew members, 2 going.
No, it's not. I have to find out the numbers, but I don't think so that this is a possibility.
Headlines today then asked him if 5 crew for 6 doors was perfect. The CMD evaded, saying he will look into the matter. Employees allege that the DGCA is hand in glove with the national carrier in this illegal work.
These documents show the duality of the rulings made by country's civil aviation regulator. Point 10.5 of DGCA's CAR says each flight is to be operated by a minimum crew complement of adequate number of cabin crew to man all the floor level exits. On the other hand, its another ruling says that the minimum number of cabin crew for the operation of such flights shall be 1.5 times the floor level exits. While on one hand, it does not give the number of cabin crew, on the other ruling, it gives the number of cabin crews as 1.5 times. Look at the duality here. But even then, going by both these rules, Boeing 777-300ER flouted all the rules. One, it did not have the adequate number of cabin crew on board. And secondly, for 10 doors, it did not have 1.5 times the cabin crew number. But then Air India says that it was going by the DGCA rules. It has interpreted the word adequate to its own suitability. With camera person Sudhir Kumar, this is Pankaj Upadhyay in New Delhi for Headlines Today.
And Pankaj Upadhyay, who got us this exclusive report, is with us on the phone line from the national capital. Pankaj, it seems that the DGCA has been working hand in glove trying to cover violations by the Air India.
Simi, this is not a very healthy scenario. First, let me come to Air India. As far as Air India is concerned, over the years, it has acquired an image of having a very poor on-time performance. But to improve your on-time performance, you cannot compromise on the safety aspects. But this is exactly what's happening. Crew tests tell us that irrespective whether or not the crew is available, marching orders are given by the management. Now, this is a very risky scenario. Imagine, the viewers would do good to understand for 6 doors, when you have only 5 crew members and you are expected to cater to 300 passengers, that's so inhuman, that's practically not possible. Now, let us also understand the task of the crew members is not simply to serve food in the airline. These are trained people who have to be on their toes all the time for emergency services. As far as this flight is concerned, it so happened that the Minister of State was also on board, so he would have got the news of what's happening inside the airline. As far as the DGCA is concerned, this very aspect had come up last year as well. The crew had also complained to the Australian authorities, and if everyone remembers, after that, the Federal Aviation Administration had taken a very strict view of this and had downgraded our security standards. But then no lessons have been learned after this. In a month's time from now, the FAA would again be visiting India. But then, sorry to say, it doesn't really look like many lessons have been learned, Sime.
All right, Pankaj, thanks so much for that update. We're going to keep coming back to you for a follow-up on this Headlines Today exclusive.